Hello, my name is Shirley and welcome back for another episode of Ep13 as Kingdom of Heaven. So in previous episode we conquered a little bit more ground over here. We don't have a massive army present in here. Let's actually have a look. It's got the 5 battalions, but the... Actually, let's have a look. How's the manpower looking like in there? Oh no, it is fully employed. Okay. Well, I guess we could just start this episode as well with a quick little war then. This time around we will take it all the way to the end. And since it's a very tiny army, we can just easily mobilize this already and push it towards the front line. I mean, we won't actually deploy to the front line quite yet. Oh, there's the health investment already to level 2. Oh, finally. So the population increase is going to be probably very, very large soon enough. I know that we're mobilizing the troops a little bit early, but it's a very small army, so the cost and all that is going to be relatively small, all things considered. And we'll just move it in there. We'll be fine. So no one else has joined in. Well, I mean, only now they can join in, but they haven't joined in, and they probably won't. I hope that in military tech we'll start getting some more good things in here, but it might take a while before we get... the munitions would be one of those things that I desperately kind of want to get, so we can upgrade the ships one way or the other. Oh, Britain is having a war against Siam. Now, to be fair, I do admit the Siam playthrough was a pretty fun one as well. A lot of fighting against China, but we luckily had the better troop quality for the most of that. So we could conquer a decent chunk of land. But someone looking to play not in Europe, then Siam is definitely one pretty decent option. Another one would be, well, I mean, Korea is okay. Even Dynam is pretty fun. But like, if you're not wanting to play as major nations like, or major nations like British Raj or Jing. I think Persia could also be quite interesting. And then, of course, something like Brazil or Argentina can be pretty fun. Or Mexico. We've done run as Mexico as well. There we go. The war should start soon. Oh, there's the torpedoes. So we can start building torpedo boats if need be. Which we probably will need to do at some point. But GDP is 46.5 million. So that's at least slowly growing. The literary rate isn't very high in... our African colonies, perhaps. Oh, enlistment officers spreading. Okay. Well, that does mean more controls of battalions, so that's not bad. And there's the war. So let's go ahead and... oh yeah, you're already set to be advancing. So we'll have a fairly small battle in here. They probably have line infantry, actually. Judging by the stats. But it's nothing compared to my skirmish infantry. Oh yeah, it is line infantry. Right, well, there we go. They've got their leader commanding the army. It won't save them. In fact, it might only hasten their defeat. Quite a bit oh, right, we do need to get... oh, we're not building anything. Right, that's why we're making a massive amount of money. Right, let's figure out what do we need. Glass wouldn't be too bad. We could probably get another glass works in here. We also want to get a little bit more bureaucracy. We'll get another government... 2 government administration in our capital. That'll probably help. And then, I suppose... let's have a look at the... transportation. So there's plenty of transportation in Umbria right now. So I could probably go ahead and put in rail transportation in the iron mines there. They won't have a huge amount of iron mines, mind you, but everything little helps. Any other places, especially in northern Italy, that could support something like that. Emilia, maybe. There's a bit of a negative balance there already, but I suppose if we can start reducing the workers needed for various things, I suppose we can use the steam donkey in there. That's the one option. Then if we put the rail transportation, that's going to reduce the iron mine workers even further. We've already got the water tube boilers there. Textiles already got the worker reduction. Motor industry's got the thing in there. So most of these things are already reducing the workers required. But there's a few more things that we can do about it. It'll make the engine or motor industries a bit more profitable as well. Right, so we've already taken most of the areas in here. And then that was about it. Oh, let's turn it into the Ethiopia HQ location now. Alright then. Well, as soon as the war's over, we can possibly start planning for another war down here in Galedi. So we've got a few buildings underway. We could probably build a few more. So is there... coal is something we could probably build a bit more. There's still quite a bit of peasants available. So let's go ahead and get another 4 coal mines in Piedmont. Probably get a few more in, or at least another one in Sardinia as well. Although there's not as much population available there. There's also not a lot of transportation available quite yet. I suppose we could put in the steam donkey, at least in the logging camp, to reduce some workers, and those can be going into, like, the sulfur mines or other mines like that to provide some extra. How is the munitions plant? It is kind of hiring, but it's not hiring all that many yet. And I'm guessing they are willing to take the peace deal soon. Fairly soon. Like 2, maybe 3 weeks. Okay, make that 1 more week. And then we shall have... oh no, they're already taking the peace deal. And there we are. That's another small piece of land conquer in here. And we still got the... Did we actually get any more barracks from that? We did not. So it would be 5 versus 5 against Galeti. How much of an army do they have in there? It's, well, they got employment full in there. They got line infantry, but only line infantry. It does match us in numbers total. Oh, alright. How much do we have transportation? We got plus 20. So we could potentially put in some rail transportation of the iron mines at least. And the fishing walls we can't... Well, actually, we could put in the... At least the fishing trawlers in there. Provide them some better jobs. Also, the millet plantation. Okay, the soil enriching farming is already in there. Maybe the coffee plantation. No, actually, I don't think the coffee plantation is the one. The tea plantation, we're going to put it into rail transportation. Actually, that requires quite a bit more than I have in here, so never mind. There's something that is very small. Not really. Tooling workshops, we already got the things set up accordingly. Urban center? And put a public trams, I suppose. Less laborers, more machinists and engineers. And a bit more engines. Would give us more transportation available. And then I suppose we can put the market squares. Find some better jobs there. We could maybe put in the street lights. Yeah, I don't think the street lights is required in there. But anyway, that's a few more things at least in the production queue and all that. We got another piece of Somalia. So I think Galedi, you are gonna be incorporated now next. I'm not gonna activate the army this time around quite as quickly. We'll wait a little bit further. Like, our army should still be much better than theirs. Although not that much better. But if need be, we're going to bring in an extra army. That'd be fine. We'll see how the situation evolves first. And then we'll definitely start moving against Ethiopia, or Gojam, as it's right now, itself. Or we could potentially clear out these 2 small pieces there. Oh, Gojam size. Okay. Can they call in anyone else? They could potentially. Well, let's go ahead and mobilize this. You're going to move on the... Well, I suppose you'll be on the front line there. I'll have you be on the defensive. Then we'll go ahead and bring... Actually, how much does Gojam have, troops? That's a decent bit. I don't think the troops are particularly good quality, though. So let's go ahead and bring in the 60 battalion army to here. It's going to take quite a while to arrive, so... I'll just send it over already. It'll cost us quite a bit of money, mind you, but that does mean that we can maybe, and in a war, go to conquer states. We could probably take Oromia at least. That's 15 infamy. If we take that one, we can wait a little bit longer, let some of the infamy already drop, and then add in maybe another war goal. Maybe Amhara. We'll leave the Gondar for them for now, and we'll conquer that later. Or maybe, depends what they put as the war goals. I suppose that's war reparations. They just decided to join in on their own. Britain would... Actually, what would the... Oh, transfer states. What do they want from me? Niger Delta. No. We're not going to give us our colony. Or give up our colonies quite yet. So, how long until the troops are arriving in here? I suppose it's better to check from here. So, 66 more days. And we've got still a decent bit of time. Especially if we add in another war goal. That will slow down the progress a bit further. And I'd say we've got a fairly good chance of winning that. We might bring in one more army, actually. The smaller army to help defend. If you are defending, I'm going to move you in here. Just, you know, a bit of an overkill, perhaps, especially in terms of money invested into this war. But it'll still be better in the end, I guess. And we're slowly approaching the 50 million... GDP. And our rank is now number 6, actually. That's not too bad. Oh, can we not? Oh, well. We'll still get 1 state from there, so it's not bad. But at least we're not increasing the infamy too much. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, no, Galeti, right. I mix it with some other nations in here that had somewhat similar flag, but yeah, no. Galeti and Gajan versus us, they got 85 battalions total. Won't be able to add in any more war goals, but that does mean that no one else is gonna join in either. And that does mean that we'll get the rest of Somalia and we'll get a full state in Ethiopia. It's not all bad. And our reinforcement should be arriving shortly. I suppose I could probably send this one... Well, you can probably stay in here for now. Protecting the convoys. I don't think the enemies have a navy at all, but it won't really hurt to have the fleet in here. To arms! Okay, so we still need a few more days before our troops arrive to the front line. But they will arrive there. Ooh, there's a bit of combat in here already. We might take an initial loss, although I'm sure that we'll inflict a lot of casualties for the enemy regardless. I mean, if we have a look at the army units, so they've got some mobile artillery, hussars, and irregular infantry. So that's actually not that strong. Oh, come on. There we go. So we started two attacks against them. And I think that might force them on the defensive soon enough. And we are going to be winning probably both of those battles. We are going to probably lose our defense. Well, we are going to lose our defensive battle in there. But we've got more reinforcements arriving that will then allow us to defend as well as start pushing further and further in. And the infamy isn't too bad, so that's good. Literacy rate is already 50.6%. We're getting 120, almost 126 innovation per week now. That's already getting better, and we've already taken a decent bit of land in here. And now that we'll get some more troops, let's just double check the front line itself. So the enemies have decided to stay on the defensive for now. So our attacks should be quite effective. Yeah, they are. And I don't think we need to defend too much, but we'll keep still this second army there defending just in case. And in production, we should be getting the threshing machine soon. I'm kind of hoping that the steel railway cars start spreading after that. I know that I could start researching myself, but you know, it's just we're going with which way the dice rolls go. Oh, we're going to do some more construction. So, is there anything that we need in particular? Because we could probably get another dye plantation in Niger Delta. Although they're not hiring enough here anyway. So I suppose one of the things that could be... Actually, why is that? We might want to get a university actually in here, just to get the education going. Because there's some jobs that the regular locals might not be able to do quite yet. But if we get a little bit better education in there, or better qualifications, and thus start improving the literacy rate and all that, I'll probably get a whole lot better for us. Voice of the Nation. To prefer respectful musical composers teaching at the Art Academy in Tuscany have approached us, have drawn attention to the alarming lack of a proper national anthem fit to invigorate our people's spirits. Now that is a cool anthem. 20 prestige from that. Well, that's good. Still need to get quite a bit. Oh, and there's the threshing machines. Right, so if we were to have a look at the buildings. Millet farms, actually, let's put in the soil enriching farming at least on everywhere. Livestock ranches, we could probably go with the slaughterhouses. So it takes quite a bit of coal and a bit of tools, but that would reduce the labor need a little bit. It might not be profitable per se, at least not everywhere, but I think that will actually still be worthwhile. All the dye plantations have the transportation or rail transportation already queued up in there. We still don't... Well, I mean, we could start producing our steamers, I suppose. But since our ports can't start using them yet, we're not going to do that quite yet. Could go for privately owned for the fishing walls. We'll reduce the shopkeepers, but increase the capitalists. But that does mean a bit more investment pool. It's already 7 million total there. There we go. We've got a constant stream of battles in here, and we are taking a lot of land. Of course, we've got a lot better... unit quality and all that. Oh, it's the reinforced concrete that's pretty next. I mean, that's not bad either. More construction. Nice organized force. After that, it's going to be one of these two. That'll be alright. Oh, there's a lot of food industries being built. I think right now, during the war, we'll just let the private sector do a bit more construction for the time being. I will be getting a truce soon enough, I reckon. And all of that is now ours, I believe, yeah. Look at lady. I suppose there's going to be a little bit more stuff in here. Quite a bit more agriculture. Probably not enough people to run everything, but that's alright. Worry about that later. There's another victory over there. There we go. Now we control both the states, and Galeti already capitulated. Gajam is not going to do that quite yet. I'm sure that they will do soon enough. So yeah, there's a bit of a lack of peasants and unemployed. Is there... Oh, we did get another barracks from there. Alright then. Oh, did I? I don't know, we got the general training there, good. Let me just double check. No, we don't have that everywhere. Whoops. Same with the naval bases, we should probably increase that. And also, when the standard filing cabinets and all the government administrations. There we go. How's the colony in Congo faring? We're slowly increasing the size. We're kind of closing off the Dutch in there, which is kind of ideal for us. We've got the rubber plantation. It's not initially very profitable right now. There's not anything that really requires a rubber quite yet. Although, actually, what do we need for the machine steel tool? So that requires vulcanization to get the tool. We need to use rubber. That's alright. We'll need the vulcanization for the elastic clothing anyway, so we've got room to improve on those. So what will we get from here? There is quite a bit of agriculture. There's also room for a lot more. Quite a barracks, but I don't know if we'll actually get most of this. A lot of universities, that's really handy. Government administration, some construction sectors, tooling workshops, paper mill, there's a furniture manufactory underway, an arts academy. Alright then. So there's a decent bit. And are they willing to take the peace still? Not quite yet, but soon. We've conquered most of their territories in here. That kind of makes sense. And after that, we can probably do some small wars against the other small nations in here. And, you know, if Gujaram decides to join in against us again at one point or another, then we'll just, you know, go ahead and push them back further and further. They've definitely taken a lot of casualties compared to what we have taken. Oh, let's turn to white peace and then propose that. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't update, especially when the leader of the war changes. Actually, where is the Ethiopia HQ now? Oh, it's all the way there. Right, that makes sense. On Cobra. So, let's actually just quickly go ahead and reset the production methods in here. That'll probably take care of most of the potential issues. We'll probably want to build a railway in here. I suspect that we'll need a lot of that. It's a bit of devastation and turmoil, but seems like things will get better over time. And the arts academies will now start hiring as well. There will be a lot more possibilities for the fine art to be sold in the market. So that's good. House Day, we got almost 500 prestige. We're not getting a lot extra from the production, although we're now the number 3 producer in groceries. I don't think we were number 3 on that before. So that's at least good. And I suppose we don't actually need to bankroll Greece anymore, so we can end that, since we got the obligation sorted. So that's actually a whole lot of money. Of course, that's because we're not building a lot. So let's see, what do we need? More iron would be quite handy, so let's go ahead and build at least one more iron mine in Umbria. Of course, we could probably get some more iron mines in... Well, actually, there's not a lot of people in Sardinia, so that's the problem. There is a decent bit in Calabria, so we could give that a bonus. Or upgrade it. There's a bit more logging camps in there. I think we do need a bit more wood. Additionally, we could probably get another one in our capital. Sure that will be quite handy. So there's the construction now sorted at... Right, we're using the iron frame buildings and everything else. So I think we're mostly in a pretty good shape. Oh, there's the organized sports, even more prestige. And let's see, it's probably realism. Let's see, will that be the one? I mean, it's a coin flip. Nope, it wasn't the one. Well, let's get the labor movement queued up then. So enlistment officers will be done next. It's going to be done within the year. And we've since we inherited quite a few more universities, I don't think innovation is going to be a problem for a while. We can still build more universities to get the qualifications, mind you. But the innovation is going to be pretty much as high as it can be. Oh, we've got a lot of authority suddenly. Alright then. We haven't run out of any of the decrees, have we? No, that one's still fine. We could get the resource production in there. I do wonder... Got quite a bit of industries in here, so we could potentially give this a boost. A manufacturing industry boost. Oh, because we got something that reduces the cost of this. Okay, never mind. So we might have to remove that later on, but we can at least enjoy it for the time being. Oh, what do we get over here? Where's this base at? Ethiopia. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to combine this with the Ethiopian army. And confirm. And we may need to upgrade these accordingly, and the hussars accordingly. That's at least 12 battalions now. It's still not a very large army that we have in Ethiopia, but it is better than nothing, in fact. Right, how is our colony faring now? So we're still getting this one. At least the incorporated population is fairly sizable. It's about 27 million. So that's pretty decent. We do have a decent bit of unincorporated population as well now, thanks to the conquest, but that's alright. With the rubber plantation in here, we've got the port. There's not a lot of peasants available. Suppose we could get, like, I don't know, a dye plantation or something. Just provide that a little bit extra. I'm gonna not have the road cars in there for now. Over here, we probably still want to have them. We could probably get another railway. Probably won't be very profitable here. I mean, it's actually kind of okay. We're giving some wage subsidies, but that's about it. Seems like the population over here is starting to be more and more Italian. Oh, Shishi of plenty. Piedmont. Yeah, we'll just take a bit more loyalists in there. So we've got 2.5 million radicals. Those radical numbers are going down. Most of that is just from the conquest that we've been doing. So that will at least get sorted. Right, we might want to get some more steel production soon enough. I have a feeling that we will need a decent chunk more of it. Get another 2 levels in here. And then we'd also get maybe... Well, we're already getting 1 more extra level for iron mines there. We could probably get another few levels for the coal mines. Maybe a lead mine as well. So Piedmont is a massive industrial base for us. Oh, synthetic plants. Is that got an... Oh yeah, it's got more levels in here. So we do produce quite a bit of dyes in here. There's 160 right now. There's what, 80 per level? I guess so. Yeah, it is 80 per level. It does take a bit more fertilizer and sulfur. But at least it makes the fertilizer plant in here especially be a bit more profitable, so it's not bad. Oh, Morocco is having a bit of revolt in there. Alright then. So until we get the malaria prevention, we can't really colonize too much faster in here. I mean, we can still get higher, I suppose, especially if we were to increase the institution a bit further. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a bit more bureaucracy. Is there any locations that have a low tax efficiency? Venetia could use at least 1. And Oromia could probably use at least 1. Although I suppose it's not too bad in Oromia right now, or too important in Oromia. But getting extra bureaucracy is not bad. Infamy is down to 12 right now. So we could potentially go ahead and expand into Barana. Which is part of the Amhara state. Which Gajama owns part of it. Sidama owns part. And Barama owns part. So, you know, conquering this would be quite handy. Already got a pretty good chunk in there, admittedly. And then, of course, Tripolitania is another one that we do need to conquer at some point. They don't have a huge army, but we've got a fairly good relations with them. So if we want to conquer them, we might have to... We could potentially invite them just to the customs, to be fair. Or we could do a war against... Or war to make them a protectorate. And then go from there. Haven't actually used the protectors too much, but that would be a way for us to make sure that we have kind of a colony in here, so to speak. So that would kind of already count for the have Libya or conquer Libya. I mean, you know, we might control it directly, but it would still be a part of our empire in one way or the other. And there we go, almost a 50 million GDP now. The literacy rate is definitely slowly climbing up, but we've got almost 560 prestige. The leading producer, we're still not leading producer in arts by any stretch of imagination, but I suppose another thing that we could do is increase the food industries a bit further. They still make a pretty good profit overall. Oh, unification of Ethiopia against Begender. If you're going to be busy with that, I might do my war against Barana then. Let's just double check. How much do you have? You've got 9 battalions. Oh, cultural exclusion agitator appears. Right, are they actually active yet? I don't think so, no. We could potentially put them into use. So this one, I don't really need to be on either side. I've got a truce with them, so I don't think I can join against them. Plus, you know, they can't invite me right now yet either. It's not far enough. But, yeah, Barana, I think we could go ahead and just, you know, conquer state. It's going to be 10 infamy. Which I don't necessarily want to increase that any further. But we can go ahead and get ourselves a bit of extra land overall. They got 9 battalions. I suppose we can... we did upgrade the troops at least. Wait until we get to the... at least the diplomatic stage. And then we'll activate the armies. Just to save us a little bit of money on the process. And also not take as much attrition. It's something that was pointed out repeatedly to me on the Argentina playthrough, that I really shouldn't be activating the armies from the get-go. And since we got the army local in here, it's not too long a distance to bring them in either. Got a pretty good amount of influence right now, which is probably good to reduce the infamy faster. I don't think they've not invited anyone in yet. Right, I think it's time to mobilize this. Move on the front line. We'll also get the enlistment officers very shortly. That'll be quite handy. So this army is set to be on the defensive right now. We could probably go ahead and go on the advance front. And raising concerns. Rule folk and industrialists. I think the rule folk will have to just... oh, actually. Yeah, no, we'll take that one for now. So cultural exclusion. That's quite of a popularity. Got 31, okay. Roman Korea and Petit Bourgeoisie both kind of disagree with that, but that would allow us to, well, it would cost us 100 authority, which is a bit unfortunate, but that would allow us to have a lot more accepted cultures. You know what, we'll go for that. We won't switch to religious laws. Well, there's the enlistment officers, some more conscripted battalions. We don't use the conscripts all that much, admittedly. There we go, no one can join in on this war anymore. So it'll be quite a breeze. We've got 12 battalions, they got 10, and I've got better quality troops for sure. Oh yeah, they got irregulars. Well, that'll be quite easy then. And also, I suppose Gujam is going to be slowly trying to unite Ethiopia. Which, technically speaking, just means that we have less nations to conquer then. Which isn't bad, by any means. Oh, what's this then? Towards... Oh, this is North Africa. Oh, right, yeah, it's one of these, and all the, uncentralized? Decentralized powers, right. Right, well, this should be a fairly quick war, all things considered. We're already over 50 million GDP as well. I don't think it's going to be going down much either. And there's the first battle. It's a bit of on the side of a massacre, admittedly, but, at least it means that the war is going to be over quickly. Coffee talk. Social exclusion was on everyone's lip in every coffee house. Afterwards, Roberto Barbier was ready to cross the Petit Bourgeoisie to help pass the law. Welcome this change of heart. So, Roberto Barbier. Okay, would get more popularity. Industrialists would get some more approval. Is exiled. Ah, okay. We'll get a +5 from that regardless, so I'm okay with it. Especially while we still have, I don't know which modifier it is that reduces the cost of all of those decrease and all that, but while we have it, might as well take the best out of it. Oh, we had a general die. It wasn't, no, it wasn't the general here. Some other general. Let's have a look. Not that one. Oh, it's, oh, right, it's the 4th army. We'll get the stalwart defender. Sure. Nope. Represent colonize East Sahara. Oh, because the thing probably ended there or something like that. Right, well, in the meanwhile, a conquest in... Oh, double plunder in here. Well, at least our troops are better. Quite a bit better, mind you. How's the... Okay, there's still 43% turmoil in Oromia, but it is going downwards, I'm pretty sure. Although, I'm not entirely sure because of the war, it might actually not be. But, you know, they're in a much better market right now than what they were before. I suspect that it will at least slowly reduce. Oh yeah, there we go. 42.9 now. So it went downwards. Of course, it might be fluctuating also a little bit. So it's not initially as clear of a case as one might hope. There we go. You know what, I'm probably just going to go ahead and send these back to Italy. It's a bit far away, but it'll be fine. I mean, technically speaking, we could also just keep it somewhere in here, like Congo or Niger. Stationed there, so if we need to get a fleet in here, it's not all the way around Africa. Friend customers not wanted. Some shopkeepers have expressed opposition to the equal treatment of French people under the cultural exclusion law, announcing that they will refuse them service. We either take a -20% success chance, or we take a -10% and more radicals from the shopkeepers in... or South Italian shopkeepers. I'd say it's unacceptable because we kind of do want to pass this regardless. How are we on the... Okay, so 4 to 5 months on the reinforced concrete. What are we getting on the military now? Oh, electric telegraph. Right, less war exhaustion. Will be rather handy. And then in production, I'm hoping that we'll get something really good in there. The threshing machines, at least we got already. That was a kind of good reduction of workforce needed. And there we go. The GDP was still number 7 worldwide. Oh, there we go. Now we're number 6. Oh, and Begemder's been occupied. Right, are we willing to give up yet? No, not yet. Give it a few weeks. And there will be. Just a little bit surely we'll have all of that. Unfortunately, due to the British, we can't actually get through the Africa to link up Ethiopia and Congo. But we can at least colonize a little bit in here, and we might actually be closing off the Dutch colony in here soon enough. Which means that they will be able to colonize a bit faster in here, I suppose. And I think we can propose the peace deal now. There we go. And what do we get in here? What are the population overall? It's almost 800,000 already. Let's just go ahead and use the state action reset production methods. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and take the dye plantations off the rail transportation. Everything else should be mostly fine, I think. Even the food industry will have a bit more things to do. Did we have... Oh yeah, we do have a glassworks in here. Alright, but construction efficiency is going to be fairly low. How's the turmoil? 65%. It's a bit on the higher end. And we also got a little bit of infrastructure problems in there. I suppose urban centers we're good to... Do we have a railway in here? I don't think we do. No, we do not. Although I suppose we could get the public trams. That will provide some transportation. Oh, at the cost of some engines. I guess that's good enough. And we are going to be building a bit more government administration so we can get the colonization institution a bit stronger. Sick leave. Letting the speed by Roger Barbier took a wild turn after consuming a tainted drink. With his incapacitation, the government has lost one of its most effective advocates for cultural exclusion. We take him on his 15% chance, or we take him 7% chance. He gets wounded. I guess we'll take the wounded. We'll take a risk in there. But I do also see that we are out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.